accurate quite a lot of times. What do you think of just the protection you had tonight?
I'm so proud of those guys, man. I had to listen to them get, just harassed for the last 3 weeks. And, I had to sit here and just act like it didn't affect me because those are my brothers, man. And I go to war with those guys every single day. And for them to show out and have the performance that they had tonight, it was huge. And against a really good front. I mean, yeah, they're probably the second best front we've seen all year. And I mean, for them to come out and do what they did against those guys was huge. And I'm just so proud of those guys for not listening to the outside noise and sticking their noses down and really getting gritty and working for everything.
Over to the right, Tony Bergman, Buckeye Huddle.
Just your thoughts on Jeremiah stepping up, true freshman doing this. Does he surprise you anymore? And your thoughts on his game overall?
No, he does not surprise me. I think all of us can agree that we're not surprised by how good he is now. He's the dude, man. I mean, I think he's the best receiver in the country. I mean, I think we got the 3 best receivers in the country, but I mean, I'm a little biased, but I mean, you see what the kid does with the ball in his hands and what he does with the ball, not in his hands. Like, he runs unbelievable routes. He's smart. He works hard. I mean, he's just everything you would want in a teammate and a receiver, and all those guys, man, are studs. So you were able to see that put on display tonight.
Over to the left, Joey Kaufman, Columbus Dispatch. No, you already had one? Okay, Jake Trotter, ESPN.
Yeah, Will, given the way that the first meeting against Oregon ended, what do you think about the rematch ahead?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. It's going to be a heck of a opportunity for all of us. I think we've all been looking forward to this one and for another crack at these guys. And I was, the way that last one ended doesn't sit right with me. It still doesn't. It still bugs me. And I'm just thankful for the opportunity that we get another crack at them. And in life, I said this before the game. In life, you don't get a lot of second chances, man. So the fact that we're getting a second chance here, man, is a blessing from the Lord. And we're gonna go out there and have some fun and let it rip, man, because this is all we got. It's win or go home.
Over here to the right, Noah Weisskopf, the Lantern.
There were questions leading up to this game about what the atmosphere might be like with Tennessee fans. How do you think the fans were for your final home game?
Great. I think they thought they were going to take over this place, and we showed them pretty quick that we weren't going to let that happen. And I think obviously us jumping out to a pretty quick start helped with that. But I got to give credit to Buckeye Nation for showing up and being loud, and that drone show in the third quarter was pretty damn cool.
Stay over here to the right, Bill Bender, the Sporting News.
Will right here. You threw your arms up at the end of the first quarter, 3 touchdowns, 3 possessions. I mean, how much of that was frustration, like released, and you guys just playing, like you said, executing the game plan? And I mean, when you guys are playing that, clicking like that, I mean, kind of hard to stop you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about frustration, but more excitement, and just I was thrilled that we were having the success that we had, but we were far from done, and I think we showed that.
Bill Rabinowitz, Columbus Dispatch.
I actually didn't ask Chips and volunteered that you were like finishing the plays in practice into the game. Obviously, you're a 5th-year guy, you've been through it. But is that more as locked in as you've been, and where does that kind of come from? You've been finished the plays?
I'd say I like to think that I can do that every week, and that's something that I try to get in my preparation. When we go in there and we install a bunch of stuff going into Tuesday, it's like maybe I'm having to because he's telling me the plays, and I'm trying to learn this week what is the verbiage going to be on this one. And, really by like Thursday, I try to have them all down pat so where I can finish them. Literally, he starts it and I'm like, okay, I know what play this is, and especially just understanding the game too. Knowing, hey, we're in the red zone, it's a 3rd down. I know that we're going to call this. Or there were times tonight where there was a 3rd down and I knew that we went into a certain personnel package and I knew what he was going to call. Like, that's just us being on the same page, and a lot of that has to do with us, me trying to get in there and around those guys as much as I can be so that we're